Hello crafters and welcome to the Picture to Page Winter Online Craft Show, brought to you by From Picture to Page Papercrafts shows where nurturing your creativity with in-person and online events. I'm Jenny and I'm so happy to be your host for this session. The Winter Online Craft Show includes lots of demonstrations by our talented crafters and retailers. For all the details, why not head over to the Picture to Page website from picturetopage.com.au for lots of sneak peeks on the demonstrations and online show events. While you were there, why not get caught up on the Picture to Page online events and also join our mailing list so that you can be the first to receive news for all the information coming from Picture to Page. Also, with the mailing list, you get special features that are only offered to our community, our online community, our mailing list community. Now, whether you're watching us live or catching up on the replay, we would love to know that you're there. So why not pop into the comments and say hello. Also, you can ask questions and for the crafter, and we'll be happy to get them to answer it during the session. Otherwise, we can get them to pop on after the session's finished and they will answer those questions that we can't get to. Anyway, I'm so happy to be able to introduce you to Melinda from Scrapbooking N Craft. Hi, how are you, Melinda? Good?
How are you going? I have to remember to look at the camera, not at the laptop.
Yes, it's hard, isn't it, to know where to look?
Yeah.
So we're excited
Yes.
to see
How you
what you've
going?
got for us today.
Oh, wonderful. Lots of new stencils that were brought out in the last month. I'm going to show you some art journal page stencils and our new cards and have a bit of a play in an art journal page.
Okay, great. So is there anything else you want to tell us before we pop over to the demo?
We're obviously an online business. So our business name is the same as our business name, same as our website. Really, lost words today. So all our products are online. We ship worldwide. And for a special this weekend until Monday night, we've got 15% off our entire website. That automatically comes off your order. You don't have to put in a coupon code or anything like that. The discount will show at checkout. So all the prices on the website show as normal when you're looking at the pictures, but then when you go to checkout, it puts the special.
Oh, fantastic. That'll be great.
So I thought that would be a nice thing to do for you ladies.
We'll pop over to, I'll get you to change your camera over, and when you're ready, we'll pop you back on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so while Melinda's changing her camera over, I'm really excited to see what she's going to be doing. Okay, she's just about ready, so we'll just pop back on to Melinda.
Oh, nice and
Melinda,
crooked. That's right. I'll move everything so it's nice and straight. So these are some of our new stencil designs that we released in the last month, and these are some of the ones that I've got examples to show you. So we make stencils from small sizes. So these are all our 6x4 inch ones that were our new releases. Excuse my stencils for being dirty. They are well loved. These are selling really fast and it's hard to keep up with them. I was going to grab all new ones to show you. So we're doing some mask and stencil sets that come together. There's another one with our long skinny stencils. So we're doing all sorts of different things. Oh, can't pick them up now. Oh, they're just the mask sets. Then we've got some big 8x8 inch size ones. So these are all great for scrapbooking, for art journaling, for card making, for all sorts of craft. As you can tell, I don't sort of clean stencils. I'm a very naughty crafter. If it's paint or ink, I just leave it sit on the stencil. This tree one is fantastic. Then we've got a few faces and doing a few A4 stencils as well. Got a cute art journal page. I'll show you that in a minute. And some of our hand-drawn circles. Some of our triangles. Oh, I couldn't almost get the word out then. And some more patterny ones. Love this leaf one too. So on the website, we have a large range of stencils. We have mixed media cardstock embellishments, which are ideal for art journaling, and I'll show you some of those in a minute. So love our rose face.
They look great.
Thank you. So these are some of our cardstock mixed media embellishments. So our black cardstock is cut out of 200 GSM cardstock, so nice and sturdy, and our white ones are cut out of, I think it's 360 or 380 mixed media cardstock, so it's a bit heavier, but you can ink it, paint it, and throw a lot of mixed media at it, and it won't, even when you've got the really fine designs. So we're doing things in both black and white. We've got some men, some solid men. We're going to decorate one of these this afternoon, show you different ways to use it. We've got some of my arty girls. I love these girls. So easy, quick and easy to paint and decorate and stick on your page and make a nice bold statement. Got a bunch of heads and other sorts of girls with all words in them. This is how my head feels today. Clogged up, but we'll get some art done and we will get going. So we've got some flowers and we've got some where we do a whole sheet and you get to cut them up. Now I'll just move these out of the way.
That one's like glass, you know,
I've
stained
got
glass
piles
windows.
everywhere. I'll bring a couple of my art journals and I will show you.
Fantastic. Okay. Have we? Oh, we dropped out for a moment there. So Melinda's ready to go again. So here she is. There we go. We're right now, Melinda. It looks like she's dropped out one more time. Hopefully this time we can get Melinda back up. There she is.
It has been raining all day here, so sometimes that interferes with the fabulous NBN internet we have. Sorry, I'll just turn my lights down a little. There we go, that should be a bit better. So I'll just quickly show you some of these die cuts in action on art journal pages.
Okay.
So we've got, this one's one of our black cutouts. So I haven't done much to that one. I just outlined him in white and put him on a pre-decorated background. So you can use these as simply, or you can get quite complex. I can't get that word out today. So this is another one. So they make great bold statements on your page. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to make it straight. So you can get quite bold statements on your page. You can decorate them as much as you want to with the solid cutouts. So they've got dual purpose. What have I got in this one? Oh, this one's a fun one.
Oh, beautiful.
So you can make all sorts of interactive pages. So this one's actually a flip page that flips over. So you can incorporate all of our different flourishes. I often cut up my embellishments as well and don't use them as I buy them if I want to cut them down smaller or use them differently. So I actually use head to make this cutout page. So I use them sometimes as a stencil and a guide as well. What else have we got? Oh, this one's using putting funky headdresses on different things. I like weird and wonderful art journal pages.
Amazing.
Got a bunch of windows as well. So I like making window and see-through pages. This one was a happy accident. I didn't realise the cat was on the next page.
Oh, wow.
So I keep looking through the window. So happy accidents are good sometimes.
They are, definitely.
There's another one with our smaller face. So a lot of our designs come in varying sizes. But if you see a design site and you go, oh, that's maybe not the right size, I want it bigger or smaller, you can email us and ask. The thing is, I can't make it that big or I can't make it that small, but usually the answer is yes, and we can make something that suits suit yourself. So I've just left all these pieces. So often I just stick them on in white just to be a bit lazy. What have we got in this one? Oh, we've got another flip page. Often I demo into my art journals and I have a lot of pages that are similar.
Yes.
From durations, I finish them differently. Just looking for notes on this one. As you can see, I have quite a varied style. I'll sort of throw my hand at any sort of style to have a go at. So a nice steampunk one. I like bright colours more than steampunk, but I will have my hand at anything. This is some sneak peek at some paper napkins we'll actually be working with tomorrow and showing you how to use those, which will be fun. This one's really cool with the large, bold cardstock cutout. So they're nice quick pages when you stick a big focal image on them. This one is the one that you got a sneak peek photo of. So some of these do have corresponding lives or videos on our social medias. So if you see a particular image, and you can even email me and ask, does this one have a video? And I can let you know. So let's get and have a play. Let me just move my art journal out of the way, and hopefully we don't get too much reflection off my desk. So I've got a bunch of some of our cardstock cutouts. We'll just grab this journal. I'm just going to work with oxide inks today because then I don't have to dry them and they're nice and quick. Because I don't know about you, but I can sit here with an art journal page and puddle and takes about an hour and a half to do something. So I'm going to be quite decisive. So we're going to start with some background stenciling. What stencil am I going to choose to put in the background? So I think we're going to use one of our tall men or our short men. We might use our tall man. So let's end. I think we'll use the circles. I'll find a blending brush and some of my oxide inks. So sometimes I start my backgrounds with oxide ink. Sometimes I start with paint. Just depends on what mood I'm in. Let's go with yellow. So I'm wanting to sort of create a backwards L, backwards and upside down L to build up my clusters. Grab a blending, go through our stencils. Sorry if the table wiggles a bit. It tends to like to, and I just wiggled my stencil, which is highly helpful. Let me just line it back up again. So not really thinking a lot, just sort of laying down a bit of colour in that backwards L shape. And then we're going to add some more. So when I'm making backgrounds, I do like to mix up a lot of my stencils and use sort of medium designs. Then I like to go to some small ones. My favourite small one at the moment is on the bottom, which is this really, really cute diamondy one. Let's put some green diamonds in the background. So I'm going to which way do I want to do it? Overlap my stenciling. So I'll do a line of diamonds down here. You can start to see it a bit more. It's a bit faint with the oxides on the camera. And then I'm just going to continue this across there. Sorry, just looking for something to put under my journal so it's not on an angle. Good old masking tape comes in handy. So I'm just building up so I can haven't decided if I'm going to do the black person or the white person. I sort of have a bit of an idea and then sort of build as I go. If I have too much of an idea in my head, it doesn't turn out how I'd like it. Let's use this one. This one's good as well. Let's bring in the bluey colour. So these blending brushes are fantastic with the stencils. They give you a really nice fine look with especially with your fine stencils. And I don't mind that I get blobs somewhere.
Looking good.
So I sort of want him to be him. Of course it's a him. He's sort of there, and I want a bit more to bring this over here, but not as much because I was put a bit too much down, but that's all right. There's no mistakes in art journaling, right? You just slightly change what you were thinking you were doing. Put a little bit up here. I did have, where did my pile of, oh, I'd lose everything on my desk today. Oh, right, under, if I looked under here, I want to use, actually I might use this strip of little, I don't know, church things. Let's drop that down a bit because he's a bit big. I find I cut up a lot of my, sorry if I'm out of frame, I just need to see what I'm chopping so I don't chop my finger. I often cut up a lot of my embellishments and things to make them fit where I want them to fit.
Yes.
Now we want, I didn't grab my black ink pad, that's all right, we're going to go this colour. We are going to go brown instead. So we're just going to ink straight over the top of the cardstock embellishment. When you do receive your cardstock embellishments, all my items on my website, the chipboard, these ones, and the stencils, are all laser cut. So basically they're burnt with a laser. So sometimes you get little black marks on them, especially on the reverse side. But if you want to use them on the, you do is give it a coat of white gesso or white paint, or put brown ink over the top and you hide all the little burn marks. But it's just part of the laser process. It just puts little marks. Sometimes you get more marks on things, sometimes you only get a few. Depends what mood my laser machine's in, I think.
Sometimes the marks look good.
Yes, I call it my second child, my laser machine. Sometimes it's temperamental. Just looking for a baby wipe to clean up that mess. So our page is starting to take shape.
Yes.
I haven't just done an oxide page before, so something new. Usually I throw everything in the kitchen sink at my pages and I have to dry everything and wait for everything to dry and think about it, but I'm being decisive today. We are going to stick the brown strip down. I should do lives more often, then I'm more decisive, hey? Sorry, just looking for somewhere to put my pin off my glue, otherwise I will lose that as well.
So what's the glue you're using?
The glue I actually got from Hillbilly Scrapping. It's all-purpose craft glue by Couture Creations.
Okay.
And buy an additional, the silver tip and the pin that I just put down, you buy additionally, so it gives you a nice fine look. So I'm just picking the fattest areas of where the thickest bits are. You don't need to put glue everywhere. So this is a really cool glue from for sticking down small stuff. And it holds chipboard and it holds the mixed media cardstock really, really well.
Fantastic. And quick drying?
It is very quick drying. Sometimes when I stick something on that big, I will half stick it down and then flip it up and put some more glue on it if I'm not. The worst thing is trying to get your pin back in the small hole, especially with someone like me that wears glasses and has quite low vision. That's always the challenge.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to decorate our man because this is the fun bit. First, we're going to just give him a bit of a shadow around the edge of him.
Yep.
And then we're going to do some pattern on it. So even though your die shapes are solid, you can now coordinate it. Sorry, just cleaning my blending brush. So just start on my glass mat and just touching on the side of him. I don't want to cover him completely like the piece I just did. I just want to be nice and light. Turn him upside down. Do a bit more lightness. So I sort of want to keep the middle of his body white or whitish. I struggle with keeping white space.
Yes.
As a lot of people do. You want to cover your page with everything.
You could also use it as a mask, can't you?
Yes. So I do have some people in stencils. So we have some stenciler mask sets when you get this is obviously the mask and then you get the stencil with the person missing. So they're great to combine as well. Actually, I like him.
Yep.
Now we're going to put a bit of stenciling on him. Let's find, I want a quite small stencil because putting a big stencil on will, checker plate. I like this one. So if we use, say, for example, a rather large stencil like this one, our big triangles, which I love, on a fairly small shape like this, your design's going to get lost. So you sort of have to pair your stencils up with what size you are working with.
course.
So I'm just going to go on with the same colour, and I'm going to turn him upside down because it's easier for me. I'm just going to go really lightly, and then I'm going to hold with these 2 fingers and just flip up and see. Don't have anything. Let's go a bit harder. Going to see how dark it is. I can always go, that's a bit better.
Oh, that's better.
That's better. Sometimes I think I've stenciled and go, I haven't. So let's do some more up this side of him. Sometimes it's a bit hard to see your shape when you stick your stencil on it.
Yes.
That's okay. It'll all work out. So I'm not want to cover him entirely. I just want a bit of pattern so he stands out.
Makes it a bit more interesting.
So I can look at, sorry?
Makes it a bit more interesting when you have...
It does, and you can personalise them to suit whatever colour you like. Now, because I use that stencil on the top of him, calling me him, should give him a name, I'm going to use a bit of that in the background. Just going to give it a bit of a clean. Because whatever stencil I'm using on the foreground piece, I like to throw in the background somewhere.
Yes.
Where, though? Let's do it quite faint. And we want a little bit up here. See if I've gone hard enough this time. Oh, I have. A little bit down here. I like the blending brushes because you can go really, really faint and get a really, really light look, or you can go a lot heavier like I just did then and get a bit heavier look. And we'll use the rule of thirds, so we'll stick it over here.
And
probably should have stenciled before
they don't destroy the blending, like the blending tools sometimes used to get destroyed from some of the stencils. So
yes, I haven't destroyed one of these yet. Yeah, the foam blending tools, and I tend to get big fat foam circles where I didn't want them, but this one is really, really good. They are fantastic. I'm finding I'm using my inks, whether it's oxide inks or archival inks, a lot more since I have invested in some brushes.
Yep.
What else do we need? Let's have I think we might need, let's see if a shadow. Oh, no, he's the wrong size. Typical. I pick one that's the wrong size. I want to give him a shadow, so I thought this one that I picked was the same height, but that's the medium one.
Yummy.
So
That's so nice.
And I won't run across the other side of the room and grab one, so we're just going to make do with what we've got. I'm going to grab the same size, and what I want to do when I stick it on, I sort of want him having him shadowed behind, so I want to make this one quite dark. So I'm going to go in with the same blue, but this time I'm going to go very heavy-handed and make him really dark. I'm deliberately only doing one side because the white side I'm going to sneak under here. Oh, I like that. Except I've missed a bit there. So it's fun to be able to decorate your own people. You could use them as little stencils and cut out clothing for them. You could stencil clothing on them. You can do all sorts of fun stuff.
Yes, you could dress them.
Dress them up, yes. Dress them up in all sorts of different fashion. Go back to our childhood when we used to dress up things.
Even use scrapbooking paper, couldn't you?
Definitely you could use scrapbooking paper. We've all got a ton of that sitting around somewhere. I think that is just about done except for a saying, and I don't have anything to put sayings on with, so I'll add that later. So I'm just going to use a different glue only because it's a fairly big area.
Yep.
I find the quick dry glue, this one with a fine tip is great for little fine stuff, but for big chunky stuff, this one's just from the reject shop. I'm trying to use up all my old bits, but it's really strong glue. I find with the bigger, fatter bits, if I do it with the finer glue, by the time I got to the bottom, my glue's dried.
Yeah.
There's a glue for every occasion, isn't there? Where do I have it? Oh! That's the problem. I take it off to glue it, and then I can't decide where I wanted it to stick back down. There we go. I'll stop procrastinating. It's stuck. Oh, I'm the biggest procrastinator around. It's ridiculous. Now, what we might... I'm terrible.
Yeah. It's part of the creative process.
Oh, it is. But I can move something around 100 times, and then I go back to the original spot. So I'm trying to be good and just, if it looks good, stick it there. Just going to add a bit of ink around the edge.
You can overthink things, can't you?
You can. And then you take them off to glue. You can't remember where you put it anyway. I sometimes take a photo. I've got lots of embellishments to stick down. And then I can refer back to my photo and go, oh, I know where that was. So just edging, probably doing
you can say, oh, it's finished for now.
Probably doing the worst thing with my ink pads is directly inking the page, but that's okay. And I think apart from a title, that page is done. Good. Do we have a few more minutes left, or are we close to time?
We've got about 3 minutes. So
3 minutes left. So we might do, where did I put it? Here. I love playing with these girls. Let's get a bit of black paper under it because you can't really see it. Let's give her some colour in her hair. We'll give her some blue hair because I haven't got a blue haired girl yet. So what I like doing is with these ones, with the big solid areas, I like giving them some stenciling and some texture. So I'll just go in to start with. That pops out, but I grabbed this from the oopsie pile. So obviously my splat is not going to come out like it usually does. I have a big oopsie pile. My machine likes to make big oopses, but I think they use an error sometimes. But I'll blame the machine every time. It's never me. Just trying to dig under, and the stencil I want is always on the bottom. Looking for my favourite little circle stencil. This one, I picked up this one we'll use. So I've just done a layer of ink, and then I'm going to go over in the same colour and give her spots in her hair. Again, just holding my stencil and having a look.
That looks good, yeah.
Not dark enough. So these ones that are more fine, I will sometimes leave white and my page, or sometimes I'll ink it black or paint it black. Sometimes I'll sit there and I'll paint different colours all over the little areas, depending on what sort of mood I'm in and how much time I've got to play.
Possibilities are endless, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I just got ink on her face, but that's okay. So now we have a little girl with blue hair and patterns in her hair. I'll just do a bit darker over here. Looks like she's having a bad hair day.
Sounds like me.
Yes, windswept hair day. So if I go and put this on a white piece of paper, it'll stand out. Just want to grab an open blank page with my Journal. So you can see now she's got beautiful blue hair. And bring it down a bit of softness down to her, what should be her neck. She's got hair down there. And then I would leave her face white, but if I'm going to stick her on a paler background, see how she gets a bit lost with a white face? I will actually cut a piece of scrap paper the size of her head and stick it on the back, so then she's got black features and I can stick her on my page and she'll stand out a bit more. So often I will back different shapes. Which one? This one's in. So often I will put black behind the shapes that have a lot of openness, because if you stick them straight on, they get a bit lost. Yes. But when you give them, whether it's black or white or a colour, doesn't matter. You're wanting it to be more contrasty and stand outish, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic, Mel. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to get you to change your camera back, and we'll have a quick chat. Okay?
Yep.
Oh, what a fantastic page she just made. I loved it. Just makes me want to come and buy all those things. I can see my bank balance is going to go down. Okay, Mel's just about ready. And go back. There we go. That was fantastic. I loved it.
Thank you. It's hard to cram. It's hard to cram an art journal page into such. I can't talk. such a small amount of time. But no, they come up really nice. I'll add a quote to it, and I'll put a picture up on my Facebook page so you can see it in more detail if you want to.
And also, if you could put your link in the comments too, so for the shop, so that if anybody wants to come and buy, which probably would be
Yes.
me.
So yes, so 15% off everything on our website, even our clearance section, till Monday night. And
Okay,
there's lots
no
of goodies
worries.
to choose.
All right, well, thank you very much for that beautiful demonstration. I really loved it, and I'm sure everybody else enjoyed it. And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, tomorrow we've got another class tomorrow, haven't we? We're doing
Yes. Tomorrow
napkins.
at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock?
Three,
Yes, 3 o'clock. We're talking
3
all about
p.m.
paper
Yes.
napkins.
Okay. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you to Melinda from Scrapbooking and Craft. And thank you to you, our crafting community, for watching us and Mel. So just make sure you head over to the Picture to Page website to see for the rest of the demonstrations that we have for this weekend or for this today and tomorrow. And that's it. Picture to Page from picturetopage.com.au, and while you're there, catch up on all the the upcoming craft shows, in-person craft shows. All right, thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the next session. Bye for now. Bye.